The focus of this video lesson today will be on linear drumming, and all this means is just playing beats or fills in which only one sound source is played at a time. So we won't be playing a hi-hat and a bass drum together or a hi-hat and a snare together. Okay, so rather than showing you a bunch of beats and fills that happen to be linear, what I'm going to do is show you a formula so that you can take your favorite beats and create lots of linear variations. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start with a simple rock beat, and it sounds like this. So the next step is to just temporarily get rid of the right hand hi-hat rhythm, and this will leave us with just the bass drum and the snare drum. So now it's time to play our linear beat. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fill in 16th notes on the hi-hat in between every bass drum hit and snare drum hit. Okay, so now it's time to create some variations. This first example, I'm just going to use some open and closed hi-hat hits. On this example, what I'm going to do is take the right hand hi-hat pattern, but rather than just staying here, I'm going to move around and hit different voices on the drum set. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is not be so strict with the hi-hat 16th notes. What I'm going to do is allow some space. So I'm going to omit some of the notes. So here's an example. Since we never have to play both hands at the same time, we can actually play these patterns with one hand. And what this does, this frees up the other hand to play melodies or stupid stick tricks. So here's an example. I'm going to now play with the left hand between the hi-hat and the snare, and that will free up the right hand to do other things. So check it out. So in the first couple examples, I was pretty strict about leaving the left hand on the snare while the right hand plays the hi-hat or moves around to the other voices on the drum set. But there's no reason why we can't incorporate both hands to play the hi-hat and the snare. So here's an example of that. So as you can see, there's lots of different things we can do as far as beats, but we can also turn these patterns into fills. So the example I just used with the two hands on the hi-hat going to the snare, if I take that exact sticking pattern but move it around the drum set, we can create some interesting fill ideas. So here's an example of that. Okay, so I've got one more example for you. What I'm going to do now is take the exact fill that I just played, But rather than playing it as 16th notes, I'm going to be playing it as 8th note triplets. And I'm going to play 2 bars of a groove and then 2 bars of 8th note triplets, and then resolve it. So the pattern would actually take a lot longer to resolve, but again I'm going to play 2 bars of the fill so that we can create a nice little 4-bar phrase. And here it is.